Peace, blessings, and enough love to everyone. And thank you all for coming to this on Passive, Globally Changing Lives Deep Dive webinar on this July 14th, 2022. Just want to welcome every founder that is in the room presently and is also coming in the room as we go along. I just want us to know that we are founders. All of us are founders. There is no big founder, little founder. There's no dimensions of founders. All of us are founders. Wonderful. And you will be the founder, especially of your own business. Yeah, so, therefore, without any further ado, we will definitely start with Lirato. And as you know, it is in it to win it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Lorato. And we are in it to
win it. Win it.
Nice. Thank you very much, Edgar. Really appreciate it. All right. Ashma Faris stated that the money is there. He even said that up to Monday. The money is coming. Now, we have known, for many, many years, statistics have shown that people who get a lot of money, a lot of times, don't know what to do with it apart from spending it, don't know how to make it work for them legally and give them the empowerment that they need legally. Most people try to evade tax and all of that, and they end up in problems. Even though people before them have done that, tried it before, and they still think that they are unique and that they can beat the tax system. We are not here to do that. As on Pacifians, we are here to obey the laws of our country. And so therefore, it needs the proper mindset in order to do that. And so therefore, right now, we have with us a wonderful lady who is with us to help us with that mindset. And of course, that person is inspirational speaker, has been speaking internationally, all over, especially with on passive. And, she has our own broadcast and our own web show, speaking show. And so then our own Queen Jacqueline Warner, inspirational speaker, entrepreneur, and as I said, have her own live show. So I present you with the mindset to now listen to Jacqueline L. Warner. Thank you very much.
Good evening to all the founders. Good evening, Dr. Derek and all the leaders on the platform. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Thanks for allowing me to speak on our platform. Yes, my name is Jacqueline Warner. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a grandmother of 8. I love helping people. I love inspiring and motivating people. Also, it's just my niche. And all of us have a niche. And once you know your purpose, you're good to go. But tonight we're going to talk about mindset, because it's like a good idea. Your mindset is like a good idea. And once you find a good idea, then you just run with it. And we was given this amazing opportunity, to be business owners. Oh my gosh, we couldn't have asked for anything better. We got to thank Mr. Ash for allowing us to take our dreams and put it around his dream. And that way we can accomplish our goals and our dreams and generational wealth and all that good stuff that comes with having the right mindset. Well, today I found out that there's 7 mindsets that we need to have that can change our lives immediately. They will improve our lives. And mindset determines our success. What we think is what we become. Okay, so if we think we're not worthy of this awesome opportunity, well then we won't do anything about it. We will just stay passive. But if we feel that this is an amazing opportunity and it offers us so much ways of generating wealth and helping others to generate wealth also, well then we're on the right train, the unpassive train. Now, the 7 mindsets I want to talk about, the first one is trust. We got to trust ourselves. We got to believe in ourselves. You know, if we don't believe in ourselves, then nothing won't happen at all. It's just like you're just existing. You're not living. But if you believe in yourself and believe in the capabilities that each and every one of us have, then we are on the right track. And that can start happening already. You know why? We already have the opportunity. And do you believe in the opportunity? Do you trust Mr. Ash? So once you believe in yourself and believe in the things that you can do in this business, in your business, in our business, then we have already accomplished one task already when it comes to that. You don't give up on the things that you believe in. And most of all, you don't quit on yourself. You don't give up on you. The second one is goal setting. You got to set goals. You know, I hear Dr. Derrick talked about it the other night. We have to set goals. You know, everybody wants to know when we're going to launch. We're later for the launching because definitely got to launch. Because Mr. Ash has to make all that billions of dollars that he put out. He has to make that money back. So launching is not our problem, but setting our goals, what we plan to do, what we need to do. Those are the things we need to focus on. You know, knowing what you want and willing yourself to reach it, or two different things. You got to set your goals. Remember, if it doesn't challenge you, then it doesn't, you got to work hard. So if you're not working hard, you're not thinking hard, and you're not doing what it takes to get to your goals, then your goal setting mindset is not there yet. So in order for it to be there, you have to be challenged. And if something is not challenge you, it says, I read something before said, if you do what is easy, life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, it will be easy. The third one is patience. You have to be patient. You know, we waiting for this launch. Some of us have been waiting 4 years already, you know, and I have to applaud them for their commitment, for their patience, because they had to be patient to get to this point. And most famous or successful people, yes, they work hard towards what they want, but at the same time, they wait patiently. And when you wait patiently, everything turns out good. You set high goals and you don't stop until you reach them. So we got to think big. All right. And the third one is being courageous. You know, doing anything requires courage in the first place, you know, but fear will always show up because, you know, the fear is there to stop you. But courage does not mean that you're unafraid. It just means that you're showing courage. That means you're facing your fears. That's all you're doing. You're facing your fears. You're gonna say, yeah, I'm scared. This might seem challenging, but you know what? I'm gonna go after it anyway. And that's the way the courage chase the fears away, because you had courage to say, you know what, I'm going to do it anyway, even though it's hard, even though it's difficult, I'm going to do it. And that's the way that's how you develop a mindset of courage. And you can do that immediately. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go to school. You know what I mean? You can do it right away. You can say, hey, you know what? Do or die. Like Mr. Ash say, I'm going after this no matter what. And that's the mindset of being courageous. Then you have focus. Now, if we're not focused, how can you become focused? That's the worst setback. When we're not focused, procrastination can set in and hold us back, and we be in the same place year after year. No, we got to be focused. And that's the webinars is help to keep us focused. Attend the webinars, jump around. You know, learn as much as you can. You don't have to go and pay someone to teach you what Mr. Ash is supplying to us freely. And not only Mr. Ash, but our fellow founders are being selfless and sharing their knowledge with us so we can be better, and we can also share it with others. So it's a domino effect. Stay focused. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. And mindset of focus builds the bridge, and you will be able to cross it. You won't be left behind. And then the positive mindset. You know, being positive is what should I say? It's almost like a healer. Being positive is healing. You can heal yourself from sickness being positive. You can heal, you can gain accomplishment and goals and all these things just by being positive. So choosing to be positive and having a good attitude will determine a lot about our lives. We will go places. We will be successful. That's just by being positive. So you give yourself a reason to think positive. Don't give yourself reasons to think negative. Let those negative voices that comes in your head, chase them away by thinking positive thoughts all the time. Okay? And then last is learning mindset. And right now it might seem like we're all struggling. But that doesn't mean that we're not learning. Every time we come to these webinars, we learn something that can help us to get to the next level. Every time. But if we choose to be passive and sit back and think everything is going to happen like magic, then we are only fooling ourselves. Okay? So every success requires some kind of struggle, you know. When Noah was building the ark, you don't think that he had to struggle. He had to find the wood. He all these things that the our creator told him he had to get and put in place to make this awesome ark. He had to struggle to get these things together. When you're raising kids, you had to struggle to provide for them. Some of us are still struggling to provide. Some of us are still struggling just to have an awesome and a comfortable lifestyle. Well, they say no pain, no gain, you know? So don't stop learning. We're going to continue to learn until we die. So learning mindset is something that will be with us forever. It's a start building your new mindset today. Think of great and positive thoughts that will help you to move forward towards your goals right now. So don't give up on yourself. Believe in yourself. Trust in yourself. Trust in the opportunity. Trust Mr. Ash. He have shown us, he said, he is our friend, okay? And he has displayed his humbleness, his integrity, his morals, and all that he holds within him, he has shared it with us. Let's duplicate. Let's keep the faith. Let's stay focused. And let's keep on learning the great things that these webinars have to offer us. Thank you so much, Dr. Derrick, for allowing me to speak on our platform. And thanks to the founders for your listening ears. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. And I like what you said. I like what you said, especially at the end. Our platform. Because some people might think it's my platform. It's not my platform, it's our, because we are all founders. You see, yes. I hope we're getting that, you know. I hope we're getting it, you know. So every webinar platform, it's our platform. Yes, it might be, you know, this person leading out, that person leading out, whoever might be leading out on that founders platform, but it is still our platform because all of us are founders. Please get that. All right. So this is not my platform. Yes, I am, you know, a little blessed to have it or to host it, I should say, and others to be in the hosting chair or the co-hosting chair. But it is still our platform. Wonderful. I like that especially. But thank you very much for the mindset, because that is more important than anything else. Because listen, we're not getting it, you know. We're really not getting it, you know. The mindset The mindset is very, very important. And if we listen to Ash Mofare, whenever he comes on a webinar and speak, he's always speaking to the mindset, always to the mindset. And from that mindset should come humility towards humanity. And that is the goal. That is the goal. Wonderful. Thank you very much on that, Jacqueline. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. All right. What should we do today? Anyway, let us look at what we need to be doing. What is it we need to be doing? What is it am I supposed to be doing right now? What you should be doing right now is to KYB. That's what we should be doing now. Hey, what is that? What is KYB? KYB
Know your business.
is
Know your business.
your business. Because let's face it, people, this is your business. I wonder if we're really getting it. This is your company, your business, because the only thing OnPassive is going to be doing is promoting you and your business, because the business is not going to name onpassive.com/Debbie or onpassive.com/Edgar or onpassive.com/Gene. No, that's not what it is going to name. It is going to name, your company is going to name what you want it to name. Yes, you can use the suggestion that will come on when you sign in and you pay that, whatever that initial payment is going to be. We don't know that yet. I still says about, anywhere under $300. So we don't know exactly what that will be for us as founders. Well, what we did know that he said, he's trying to make it as cost effective as physically possible, which means you can purchase just one product. Just one, but you have to purchase something. If it's even one product, which maybe costs, say, $50, $60, if that is what you can afford, you can do that, because you don't necessarily have to use all the product or want all the product to use. This is the difference. A lot of people did not get that mindset. You might not want to use staff, might not be necessary for you to use, or staff, or create, or dit, or pal, or you might not want to use all of those. However, they are going to be on your website to sell, because you are going to be grandfathered in. We never get that, we never get that. You are going to be all of us going to be grandfathered in, no matter what price point we come in for, whether we just come in for one product or two products, and we just purchase that one product or that two product. That's it. You don't want any more product to use, but all the products will be on your website to sell. Okay, all the digital products will be on your website for sale, but you might not be able to use all the products if you didn't pay for it. So that's the difference. I hope we got that in the last webinar with our CEO, Ash Mofare. All right, beautiful. So therefore, we can purchase just one product, or we can purchase the entire package. It doesn't matter. You will still be commissioned based on any and every sale. All right, so I hope we get that. So mind your business. Know your business. Know your business. What is your business? Your business right now is your virtual office. So make sure you can log into your virtual office. And as I said over and over, make sure you have that recovery email and or that recovery phone number inside your Gmail, especially. Gmail is getting very high in security now. So if you have a Gmail, please to go into your Gmail, log into your Gmail, and ensure that you have those two recovery or even one of those recovery information there. All right. And please log into your virtual office at least once a day. I know that Natalia, our Jamaican queen, might be saying, what is Derek saying? I am telling my people three times a day. And easier telling people one time, you know. Well, anyway, at least one time. All right, please, at least one time, log into your virtual office and ensure that, you know, you look around, look at your products, look at the products in there, see what is behind there, you know, ensure that one, your name is in there, especially if you are managing an account. Please to ensure that it's your name in that section that is the profile, your name, your email, not the email, your name, your phone number, and your country that you reside is in that profile. Okay, wonderful. So without any further ado, we're going to shift into some management, because this is another thing that we need to manage. We need to manage our business. And in order to manage our business with the right mindset, it's not like a job. It is not like a job. When you have a job, most things are already catered for. When you have a business, now you have to cater for that business. All right. So therefore, a few money management has to come into play. And so therefore, at this time, we just want to thank Dr. DIAN, because for those of us who don't know, they have a lot of issues in getting on the online, of course, through the internet. And therefore, it is a little difficult sometimes for persons to get on the webinars. And we are going to take care of that, because especially with OConnect, that scenario will be addressed. But however, for now, we have to deal with what we are dealing with, and that is, unfortunately, for this time being, Zoom. So therefore, Dr. DIAN, you know, all the way up to tertiary education in Jamaica, and then he went to other countries, of which right now he resides in Naples, and that is in Florida. And he has a lovely child and also a beautiful wife there, and both of them working together for 36 lovely years, of course, and happily married, you know, and is now going to present to us at this time with respective to where money management is concerned. Now, let me first say that we are not here to give financial advice. All right? He's not here to give financial advice. Please, you would need to consult your CPA or accountant, or, you know, whoever is involved in that in your country to get those advice. But what we are here to do is to stir the mindset, stir the brain cells, so that you can start to thinking of a business as a business owner, so that, you know, when the person that you are sitting with maybe, you know, asks or say something, you can now ask some more intelligent question in regards to that, what you're asking. And so therefore, we thank you very much, Dr. DIAN Edwards, as he now take the floor to present. Thank you very much. And that has to do with taxation, trust, and budgeting. Thank you very much.
Greetings, my brother. Thanks for the nice, warm welcome. Also to my fellow members. I'm very honored and blessed to have my beautiful wife here of 36 years, June Edwards. June, say hello to everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Nice, nice. What a pretty lady.
Thank you. Such a blessing to be online with everybody.
Nice.
To be in Unpassive, which is an amazing company. We're truly blessed.
So we are so delighted, so happy to be here. Thank God for resolving the technical issues of internet. But God is all powerful. He can do anything, even fixing our internet. And for that, we're very thankful. So on Tuesday, we were honored to share with our wonderful friends trusts and different types of businesses. And we were able to answer some questions. And we hope everyone got their questions answered correctly between my brother and I. We are brothers from another mother, fellow Jamaican brothers. We also went to the same high school in Jamaica. Right, my brother?
Oh, mercy. So, yes, yes, yes. Definitely.
Yeah. So now we're going to see how we can help each other to learn how to manage our money efficiently. To whom much is given, much is expected. And we are expected to monitor, control, share, manage, invest, save whatever is required to ensure that once we receive our financial resources, we'll use it wisely. But we need to acknowledge the source of this. So we need to know the source. And for those of us who tend to read our Bible sometimes, in the book of Philippians, it said, "My God shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Jesus Christ." And it's important to acknowledge that Impassive is going to be one of our source, our main source provided by God, so that we can use this source wisely. But I must understand that I need to acknowledge the source. So once I know that this money do not belongs to me, it is loaned to us for a period of time, and we are required to manage this money wisely. So we are called steward. You know, I thought my son and my daughter belongs to me, but then later, after age 18, I discovered that they're loaned to us for a period of time. And likewise, our financial resources are loaned to us for a period of time to see how we manage our resources wisely. And what do we do? How do we help others? And that's why we have all blessed as part of one of the tools we're using to use our money wisely to help others who are in need. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. And there are various principles in using our money. One source. The third one is living on a margin. The third principle is that of living on a margin. Living on a margin means allowing room for things to happen. Do not spend all that you make. Now, there are various things like sickness, breakdowns, children, etc. So once we receive our funds, we need to understand that we should put some aside for the rainy day. Invest, and I'm going to go through that. Save and spend wisely. Anything man-made will fail, so be prepared. Could be your car could break down. You could buy a brand new Rolls Royce, and even that could break down. And then you spend all your money to buy Rolls Royce, and now you've got nothing remaining. So we must always have provisions for sickness, breakdowns, etc. The fourth financial principle is saving. Saving. There's treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling wise, but foolish man spendeth it up. So if you're wise, you will save. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple man pass on and are punished. So we need to save. This the next one is the fifth principle is keep out of unnecessary debt. So we need to avoid unnecessary debt. Borrowing is sometimes required. For example, major assets like a house or other items, but never borrow for depreciating assets, meaning that if something will lose its value over a period of time and you borrow some money to buy that item, eventually you are still paying for the item even when the item is of no more use to you. So it's very, very important that when we are investing our money, we think wisely, but we never need to borrow to buy something that is going to lose its value. So never borrow to purchase depreciating assets, because that will disappear and you're still paying for it. Say, for example, I'll take my credit card and I purchase a brand new tie for $50 from a famous place. So I'm paying my credit card each month, maybe $10 per month. And after 20 years, I'm still paying. But I'm sure we will not have that same tie again after 20 years. That tie is no longer being used. So it's a depreciating asset. So never borrow to purchase depreciating asset. You can borrow to purchase appreciating asset, but once we are generating income through our wallet, that money will be used to invest wisely and to buy appreciating asset. So that way our money is growing and our asset is growing also. So too many people think that they can buy now and pay later. I have found that easy credit makes people uneasy. Usually a person pays more for the use of borrowed money than he gets in interest for saving it. And we'll be looking at the principle to help us how to generate more income. Another principle, we must be content with what we have. Now, my next door neighbor have a brand new car. Now, what's wrong with me? Why can't I have a car like my next door neighbor? Because I'm not contented. I may be jealous or envious. So we have to learn to be content with what God has blessed us with. Never be motivated by others, what they have. Now, there's nothing wrong in buying something like your neighbor. That's fine. But don't be motivated to buy it because your neighbor has it. Because we need to be contented with what we've been blessed with. Another important principle is keeping records. Now, most of us have a credit card, and at the end of the year, they'll give us a credit card statement, or maybe each month, you get a statement to see how you're spending your money. But also for tax purposes, we must keep proper records, because when the Internal Revenue Service or your local tax department in your country decide to audit you because they said, well, you're making $500,000, but you're only paying $1,000 in taxes, there's something wrong there. So they become suspicious and they may end up auditing you, and you will need to provide records of how you spend your money. And if they see that you're claiming some expenses that is not relating to your business, they will not allow that deduction. And then you will have to pay back additional taxes, penalties, and interest. And then there's a possibility that they may audit you again the following year to see whether you're still doing the same old thing. So it's very, very important that when your accountant prepare your tax returns, you want to review your tax returns to verify that all the expenses you gave him, you can have a receipt for those. Say, for example, my telephone bill. My telephone bill was $20,000. Now, why is the bill so high? It could be about two or 3,000. So right away, there's a red flag. So you want to review your tax returns to ensure that every item on your return, you can account for it. You've got receipts and proper documentation. So it's very, very important for us to keep proper records, accurate records and documentation. And we can store them on our computer, hard disk, zip drive, memory card. So there are many different methods to store our information. So there are many tax issues which require record keeping. Another principle, do not co-sign. While my son wants to buy a nice new car, and I love my son so much, wonderful son, he's my favorite son because I've only one son. So I would do anything to please my son, to show him that I love him. So I said, son, it's okay. I will sign for the car for you on one condition, that you make the payment each month. So my son knows that his father is always willing to help him out. So I signed for the car for my son. It's called co-signing. So when you co-sign, you're taking on the responsibility of paying that debt. So if the person chooses not to pay for whatever reason, you are legally responsible. So where possible, only co-sign if you can afford to pay the full debt in the event of the person cannot pay it. So now my son cannot pay for his new Rolls Royce. Now who's responsible? I'm responsible. I must make all the payment each month. Otherwise, they'll come looking for me and my credit will be severely affected. And then I'll have a bad name and a bad credit. So never co-sign for someone unless you can legally and physically afford to pay for that item in full. Okay? So when a person co-signs a note, is the one who's really borrowing the money, not the person you're co-signing for. You are the one, because they need your details, your name, your address, your social security number. So be very, very careful about co-signing. Now, another principle is about hard work. We must work hard. In all labor, there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to poverty. For even when we were with you, this we command you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. So now there are some people who are unfortunate that they do not have a job. So we can help them to get a job. Now, and passive is not about giving money away freely. We're going to work. We're going to be promoting items and products. And then when we receive our money through our wallet, we're going to invest some of that. We're going to help others through our bless, help those who are less fortunate, and encourage people to work. Maybe we'll start an organization and employ people. But if you're giving our money away freely without expecting the person to use it wisely or to work, then soon and very soon our money could disappear. So it's very, very important that we encourage others to work. So we are required to work also, and that's why we're working very diligently in passive. Above all, do not sign anything until you check the deal thoroughly. Don't be hurried to deal. You know, when you go to buy a car, they said this car, this sale is a one in a lifetime sale. This sale will never occur again. It's final sale for the year. And there's a local store that have closing down sale. And the closing down sale sign has been going on for about 2 years. So people do anything to entice you to buy something that you do not need. So when you buy any item, always read the fine prints, because the fine prints are there for you to read. But sometimes we are so eager to acquire the item that we fail to read the fine prints. So it's very, very important that we read all the details. Now, if you cannot understand all the legal jargon, it's more economical to get someone, an attorney, to read over the fine prints for you and explain everything. Because if you do not do that, so these are some basic principles about money. And we're going to move on to another section. So there's a young man called Albert Einstein. Most of us have heard about him. He said that this is the greatest mathematical discovery of all time. And he came up with the idea of something called the rule of 72. Now, when we go to the bank for a loan and they give us, say, $20,000, they're charging us interest. Now, how about we borrow the money from ourselves and we receive that interest ourselves? How about that? Even in a situation where sometimes our relatives need some assistance, we know that the creditworthiness is a bit not very stable, but we start to help them. So Albert came up with a formula called the rule of 72. So he discovered this rule. And what is this rule? What it does? This rule tells you how many years it will take an investment to double at a given interest rate using compound interest. It also tells you how long it will take debt to double if no payments are made. So if I bought a car for $30,000 and I make no payment, how long would it take for me to end up owing $60,000? So this rule is very, very useful in helping our passive members. Do I go to the bank and get the loan, or do I take that loan from myself and I enjoy the interest within that period of time? It also tells you the interest rate an investment must earn to double within a specific time period. It also tells you how many times money or debt will double in a specific time period. So that's the rule of 72. And why is this important? And we'll see a few examples of that. So we're trying to see how best we can invest, we can save our money. And we all know that Impassive will be having its own bank. So because we are members of Impassive, when we use our own bank, we also benefiting, because whatever interest is generated, everyone, all the members will receive some benefits from using our own bank. So you have an investment that grows at 2% per year. This will double its value in about 36 years. 72 divided by 2. And we saw the formula earlier. Let's see if we can go back to the formula there so you can see the formula. So this is the formula, but we won't go in all of the mathematical details. For all our mathematicians, you can explain these formulas to others afterwards. But all we're going through is a principle, all right? Principle, not the detailed mathematical aspect. So 7% in 10.3 years, you will get to double your money. An investment that earns 4% will double your money in 18 years. So this rule helps us to determine how we can invest our money. Now, when we're making some plans and creating goals, there's a certain formula that can use to help us, because I want to have some plans. I want to invest my money and I want to make some proposals, but I need some guidance. I need some goals. In about 10 years, I want to retire. Or in about 6 months, I want to buy a house. So we have long-term goals and short-term goals. Long-term or short-term within 1 year. Long-term over 1 year. So when I'm making my plans, I need to be very smart. If I'm not smart, I could lose my objective and lose sight of my goals. So to create my goals, I want to use the acronym called SMART. And the SMART, the S stands for specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, realistic, timely or tangible. And we'll explain this to you shortly. So this is helping us to make our goals. Now, a specific goal must answer 6 questions. Who's involved? What do I want to accomplish? Where I want to accomplish this, location, what time frame, and what are the requirements, and why? Why do I want to achieve this goal? So this helps us to make plans, and he who fails to plan will plan to fail.